What's up, you guys? Anna. What's up, you guys? Anna here from Team Outcast, coming at you with another deck profile. And what do we got today, baby?
Fourth place OTS championship, True Draco.
Just Draco, nothing else? Nothing spicy?
No, it's pretty standard compared to what everybody else plays, but well, actually, there's a few spice tech choices in here.
Spice.
I was playing Pendulum Magicians about a couple weeks ago. I decided to change decks because I decided Pendulum Magician has a good first turn board, but if the board gets broken, their plays do become very limited and very anti-productive plays you can do with that deck. So I decided to jump to True Draco. Had a better grind game, had a better long-term matchup for the format, and I was like, 32% of the metal right now is Pendulum Magician, like 14% is True Draco. So statistically, my matchups against Pendulum Magicians are always really good. I made only top 4. I came 4th place last night. I barely missed out. Decided to go game 3 in top 4. In time, I decided that I was like, I want to go second because I want to have final turn in case I need to do more damage. And then looked at my hand after I told him to go first, and then ended up drawing Anti-Spell, Desires, Diagram, Skill Drain, and I was like, great. That's gonna be game right there.
And your deck tells you played yourself.
Yeah, basically that's what happened.
Alright, and what were your matchups like for the day?
Let me find another phone here.
It's in the room.
No, I gave it to you. I brought it out here.
I don't have
There it
it.
is. I put it right here. I don't remember exactly all of them, but I did write them down because I needed to, because I was like, I wanted to...
Make sure you don't forget.
Yeah, basically. So, round 1 was in Pendulum Magician. I 2-1 that. He was against my buddy Anthony King, a.k.a. AK. I gave him the chicken nugget game 3, and he was just like, yeah, that's game. Round 2 was Zephra. 2-0'd that. He was very salty after I beat him.
Because he bricks, and he apparently never quote-unquote bricks.
Yeah. Round 3 was World Chalice. I did lose that one. I would have won that round, actually, if it wasn't for the fact my opponent opened up Kaiju Waterfront.
Kyoto Waterfront.
Whatever it is. He only won because he drew that, and I was like, wow, I'm going to lose at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Round 4 was Trickstar 2-1. Even though I did get really, really salty over it, I got salty because we all know how the game works. When your opponent does double reincarnation, draw a Mockbird to you, you're just like, well, fuck you too.
Right.
So, I came back from that one and actually won. Round 5 was Pendulum Magician. Again, can't remember who was piloting Pendulum Magician round 5 that I played.
This was right before he played BD.
Oh, it was some other random person that played Pendulum Magician. He wasn't very good with the deck. He didn't seem like he was doing too much. He was playing like a
Draco variant of it. So I saw Luster
and all that. It wasn't terrible. I think he could have done better if it was my build. And then round 6 was against my boy Brandon Beckman, aka BB, who I lost 1-2 because I made a misplay on my own part and I basically cost myself the game. So I lost to him. Top 8 was against my buddy Nicholas Griffin. He was playing Zombie Sworn. I got him 2-1. He, game 3, made the misplay of special summoning Thrasher. He showed me his hand after I'd beaten him that if he would have passed turn, his hand was much better. He would have drawn into a second Kaiju. Kaiju'd out my board, been able to make a Minerva, and just kind of would have went off. But he did make the misplay of making the first turn special summon Thrasher, and he was just like, yeah, that cost me the game. Round 5 was again against AK. Around top 4, that was top 8 was Zombie Sworn. Top 4 was Pendulum Magician against AK again.
Who got his revenge for round 1.
And game 3, like I said, I decided to take second, and I drew a going first hand.
All right, well, let's get into this deck profile then, baby.
All right. So the almost pretty standard lineup now. 2 Masterpiece. Don't want to play more than 3 2s, just fine, because it's all you ever need. He is pretty oppressive, though. But I think with the ability to only make him unaffected by 2 things, depending on your situations, your opponent can easily just get rid of him.
Have the third out.
Yeah. Two Majesty's Maiden. Between me and Anna, we both were playing this deck too yesterday. She did come 12th, so she barely missed out of top 8 with only 4. The difference between our builds at the point in time was that she was playing 3 of this, my 2, and I was playing 1 more Desires than she was. I don't know what she's going to do with her deck profile, or her deck. She might change it up.
I'm going to take it out because I set it out at literally every game. I set it out the third one.
Alright. So when Maiden is tribute summon and your opponent activates anything, effect, card, whatever, you search yourself a monster, so you usually end up searching your Masterpiece with a trap card set to tribute on their turn.
Savagery.
1 Ignis Heat. Searches your spell cards when he's tribute summoned, or he either plays them or adds them to hand.
Garbage. And
the card I really think is just broken in this format is Wano Iwado. Everyone knows this card. YCS, everybody who plays any of the YCS is mainboarding at least 2. The card's a blowout in the Pendulum Mirror match. Or if you go first, you go first, you summon this, you don't worry about Astral, Ogre, anything, and you just go off. You go second, you drop this on your opponent's boards, and then you just go off again. So you basically win with this card. It's a really hard win card. So you play 7, that's 7 monsters. Next up for spells, 3 copy of Diagram. Diagram basically is the standard. Go 2 card, you want to draw this real quick, get your spells and traps going, and start searching stuff. And it's great that it's a soft once per turn, not a hard once per turn.
It's the softest of once per turns.
3 more terraforming, or 3 more Diagram basically. And the R secrets, so.
They're gorgeous.
3 True Draco Heritage. This is the one that lets you draw 1 card per type, so 1 monster, spell, trap, and it's for that leaves the field. So technically in the mirror match, this card can let you draw 3 cards no matter what. If you tribute off a spell on your turn, or you tribute off a monster on their side of the field, a trap on your side, and a monster on or spell on your side, you draw 3 cards with this. And when this enters the graveyard, you blow up a spell or trap. 3 Disciples of the True Draco, or Disciples of the True Draco. Basically, it's just a Degusto Emerald deck. Put 3 back that are True Dracos, draw 1. And spell trap destruction. 3 Duality.
Ooh, those are sexy.
Italian First Eds.
Ooh,
Ultis.
Juice.
Still Duality because you want to see your cards and its consistency. 3 Carter Demise.
Are those secrets?
They're also secrets.
What? Juice.
I gotta say though, yesterday, this is the only time it's ever happened to me. I desires all 3 Diagram and drew a terraforming. And I went, that's depressing. So
but the
thing was I still won that game. Without a Diagram. It was a little more tricky, but it was able to do. 2 Duality.
Duality. That's a really funny looking duality.
I know, right? 2 Demise, whatever it's supposed to be.
Desires.
Desires, same thing. They'll have a D at the last part of their name, so they all kind of blend together. Most people know what this is, but I just thought it worked. But yes, 2 Desires, because, banishing 10 to draw 2. This deck really has a lot of spells and traps. You hardly banish your monsters. I did have a couple points where I banished a good chunk of my monsters, but never really saw an issue. Sometimes banishing special, like the traps on this plane. Okay, I gotta say, this is the MVP of the deck, so on forth. Anytime I drew this card, I ended up winning that turn. I've had times where I've opened that in an Apocalypse and was like tribute on your opponent's turn, stealing their monster, and you have your monster still. It's just dumb. This card is 100% broken. When I needed it, it was great. When I didn't draw it, it was sad, and I could have used it but never saw it needed to.
But the reason the card's at 1.
Yeah, if this card was at more than 1, this deck would be really dumb. I'd be playing as many as I could. Just because, for one, I'm going to tribute on your cards, which is what wins you games.
The deck's designed to break boards, so
oh yeah,
it enables it.
I gotta say, shout out to my boy Adam. The night before the OTS, we ended up playing each other round 2 or 3, I think. And he opened up Mask Restrict on me, and I opened up Heritage, Apocalypse, Return, and Warning and Stormforth and a Maiden in hand. And I was like, set 5 pass, and he was very excited that he knew he'd just shut me down. And then I went Apocalypse, destroy, Heritage, destroy that, Return effected, Tribute, Chain Stormforth to tribute off his Ultimate Conductor, and then Warning his Lagia he made.
Savage.
3 Solemn Strike.
Ooh, are those ultis as well?
Yep, swag.
Ooh, saggy juice.
Okay, so this is where the big difference is between my build and basically everyone else's build. Only two other people that play this version of this deck is we play Judgment and Warning and the 3 strikes. No one that I have seen that tops playing this deck plays any of this. They play Monarch's Erupt, which is an okay card in my opinion. I feel that these are just way too strong not to play. I was playing against Jamel, who was the world child's player. I lost game 1. Mm-hmm. I opened up this, and this against him, and he goes, normal summon the vanillas, and I'm like, sure, that's fine. He goes, overlay into Imduk, and I go strike, and he like stopped, and he went, wait, you main board strike? And I was like, yep, and he was like, okay, pass turn, and I did a little bit of damage the next turn, and then I passed to him. He's like, what are the odds of you actually playing all the Solemn Brigade? Goes and summons another Imduk. Warning. And he went, that's 2. And I'm like, yeah. And then I did more damage, and he didn't have much left. He bricked game 1 really bad. And then he goes, okay, like after we're finished, he's like, all right, we'll go to game 2. And I was like, by the way, I had the Judgment to go with all that.
Savagery, babe. Savagery.
And then 3 anti-spell fragrance. The secrets.
Ooh, juice.
Anti-spell just too good.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a good card.
3 apocalypse. This one is really good to blow up your spells and traps, and you can also use it to cut your opponent's monsters in half and tribute summon.
And just take less damage, which is really nice. I did that like 3 times yesterday. I was like, I'm just gonna take less damage because I have no monsters on fields.
I never had that issue. I usually ended up using this as a way to just blow up a spell card after discipling and putting everything back so I have at least 1 engrave.
No, I never had that
That's
issue.
what I did.
But, you know.
3 apocalypse, they destroy the monsters. 1 return. I'm kind of glad this card's at 1 because I can see why it'd be dumb if it was at more than 1.
Oh, God.
But still, it's really powerful. You always got to recycle this with disciples and recycle all the stuff you don't have enough of. And then tribute on your opponent's turn. And last but not least, 1 skill drain.
Ooh.
Italian Turbo Pack. Just because why not play a card that says you don't get to play when you make a masterpiece unaffected by traps and monsters or traps and spells. You basically just win.
Alright, now extra deck?
No extra deck.
What? No extra deck?
Nope.
Not even for Reapers?
Nope. Not even needed.
Savagery.
I play these.
What? Those are savage. The Lunala's juice, though. Lunala's just straight
I play Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm joking, no. So I kept these to help to inform myself and inform my opponent what they are when I tribute for my masterpiece. So this one's monsters, spells, and traps.
It's a really smart idea.
I know, I gotta say shout out to my boy James Escobar for giving me the idea because he plays True Draco as well and he does this all the time with EVs. My girlfriend does the same thing. We all do it. It's probably the smartest thing for all of us to use.
That way there's no miscommunication and people can't cheat you out of it.
Yeah, like I said, you just, as soon as you do it, just, explain. Because I'm like, monster spell, monster trap, spell trap, base like that.
Mm. It does come in a lot of handy, though.
It does. Side deck. I sideboarded 3 Ghost Ogre and 2 Ash Blossom.
So we side deck the hand traps, not mainboard them.
Yeah, because our deck is basically a trap deck. I side these in for the Pendulum matchup. For the Mirror match, these would go in there as well. Usually just side these to go second. So that's usually what they're in there for. Otherwise, I think I sided them in a handful of times yesterday, but never really drew them outside of that. I think I drew them once or twice. It never really came into needed.
You always draw them when you don't need them, which kind of sucks.
2 Zaphion on the Time Lord. The Water Time Lord is the best Time Lord. Mirror match, Paleo, Rogue. You normal summon this, you run into their stuff, and send all their spells and traps back. So this card's really good against the Pendulum or the True Draco matchup because you get rid of all their spells and traps, and if they don't have a hand, they're forced to top deck into a Demise or Diagram, and they have to top deck into stuff they don't they need. With this, you just get rid of whatever they have, and then they have to play basically behind the game. My favorite card, the Chicken Nugget. Love this card. It's broken. Pendulum Magicians. My buddy AK eventually learned not to make big boards against players anymore, even though you can. Games 2 and 3, he learned real quick. He's like, do not make more than 3 monsters on board because I will get roster promoted and I will lose.
It's a good card.
Yeah. And don't worry, I'm going to give all of them a shout outs to them, those guys as well. I'll probably tag them all in the video as well when I post it up.
There you go.
One Raigeki, because board wipe. I did this actually to AK in game 1 of top 4. Or no, game... What was it? It might have been game... Or it might have been... Pretty sure it was AK. Yeah, it was AK. It might have been in game 2. I think he won game 2, though. It really didn't matter. But I saw he had Vortex, the Link monster, and like 4 cards in hand. And I summoned him on Owado, and I went Raigeki.
Savage. Card's dumb.
3D barrier, never cited it in, even though half my matchups all dated yesterday or more than half of them were all Pendulum Edition. Because I never really went first against them drawing. If I went first, I'd put it in and never drew it. And 2 of them matched for the mirror match. And Rogue, whatever.
It's not good in the mirror.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. I got evenly matched at least 4 times, and I won every single time I got evenly matched.
Because that means they're a bad player.
I mean, probably, but...
Because if you evenly match you evenly match a Pendulum player, like, that's all their spells and traps gone. That means less fodder for them to have to play with.
I don't know.
Alright, guys.
Alright. Any shout-outs to the last commentary?
Shout-outs to BB, AK, all of Team Ghosts, Johnny as well. Even though he wasn't there, just shouts to him because he's a good guy. Shout outs to Adam, who actually also did make top 8 for his first real big tournament to ever playing like that. He made top 8 playing Dino. He's playing basically Bruce's build on my video channel, so I will put that as a description or in the description box below with Bruce's video on my channel. Shout out to Santa for doing the duel video. Shout outs to James for helping me get some ideas for this deck. Shout outs to everyone else. I think that's it.
All right. Team Outcast signing out.